But I think we have a right to self-identify, and you say you want to.
As what?
If you'd like to be a woman, you can identify as a woman. I don't know why there is such an issue around.
We've literally just seen a male rapist use that scam to get himself put into a female prison. It's not difficult, is it, Angelica? I mean, that is what a woman is.
I mean, I don't know why you're obsessed with defining it. Like, what is a man? Like, why do we need these arbitrary...
A man is a male, adult human. I mean, that's it.
Right, OK. I don't know that we need
these are just biological facts. But then, and even his ex-wife said it was all a scam.
Which is a terrible, very distressing, isolated incident. And I think it's easy to take that and say that means that no one can identify as a woman.
But
and
it's not an isolated incident, then.
Ever wondered what happens when a British bulldog meets a woke warrior? Piers Morgan just showed us, and it's not pretty for Sonny Hostin. In a clash that's got everyone talking, Morgan took on Hostin's woke comments like a kid in a candy store. But instead of sugar, he was high on pure, unadulterated sass. You won't believe what he said next.
Straight people holding hands in the street.
When have you ever seen a straight flag?
Why has Mickey Mouse got a
Tell
girlfriend?
me one straight flag hanging right now anywhere in the world.
Why are straight people
Where is the straight flag?
Identity
Where's the straight flag?
Everywhere.
Where's my straight flag?
It's everywhere.
It's never been a straight flag. I'm
straight.
not triggered by a rainbow flag. I'm triggered by the fact that everywhere I go for a calendar month, everything has to be a rainbow flag.
Well, I'm triggered that everywhere I go for the entire year, everything has to be straight. Why is straight
Where's
everywhere?
my straight flag?
Why am I constantly getting straight?
Where is my straight flag? Don't mind me asking, how much do you weigh?
Look, I'm not going to talk about numbers because the thing is, when you...
Well, I think you should. I mean,
no, the thing is, if I give you the number of how much I weigh, it's going to be all over the sun, all those trashy newspapers tomorrow morning. I don't need it.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Alright folks, it's time for another episode of The View Goes Wild, featuring our favorite woke warrior, Sonny Hostin. Sonny's been at it again, dropping her usual brand of PC bombs on unsuspecting viewers. But this time, she might have bitten off more than she could chew.
There should be individual assessment. So where there are issues raised...
That's never going to work, is it?
Well, no, of course it can.
You can't make it one, person by person by person by person. You can't.
Well, there are not that many trans athletes overall, and it's quite feasible.
Actually, there are more and more of them. Or you create an entirely new category. There are more and more, as you said, at grassroots level. You create an entirely new category for trans athletes to compete against other trans athletes.
Well, my starting point is there shouldn't be a blanket ban on all trans athletes.
Because, I mean, Leah Thomas won one race against females, that's, just from point of the argument, females, by 50-odd seconds.
Picture this. Sonny's sitting pretty on The View, probably sipping her fair trade, organic, non-GMO latte, ready to enlighten us all with her infinite wisdom. She's feeling invincible, like she's got an invisible force field of wokeness protecting her from any criticism. Little did she know, a disturbance in the force was coming her way. Enter Piers Morgan, the British bulldog with a bone to pick. Now, Piers isn't exactly known for holding his tongue, is he? He's like a sass machine gun, ready to fire at a moment's notice. And boy, did Sonny give him plenty of ammo. So there's Sonny dropping her latest hot take. She starts going on about how all white people are inherently racist, or some equally ridiculous claim. You could practically hear the collective eye roll from viewers across America. I mean, come on, Sonny. That's about as logical as saying all cats are secretly plotting world domination. Although, to be fair, my cat does give me some suspicious looks sometimes. As soon as those words left Sonny's mouth, you could see Piers Morgan's eyebrows shoot up so high, they almost flew off his forehead. I swear, those eyebrows were trying to escape to a less woke planet. The internet started buzzing faster than a swarm of angry bees in a MAGA hat factory. But Piers wasn't about to let Sonny's comments slide. Oh no, he was winding up for a comeback so epic it could probably be heard all the way across the pond. And when he finally let loose, it was like watching a verbal boxing match. Piers threw a zinger so hot it could have melted steel beams. Suddenly, Sonny wasn't feeling so sunny anymore.
No, you're using Dylan as a cheap shot to attack a wokey.
I don't think Dylan feels I'm using him as a cheap shot. And what I would say about the wokey thing is this. I have spent the last year listening to people tell me only gay actors should play gay parts. I think that, honestly, with great respect...
there is real news we could be discussing.
No, but this is real news if you're a dwarf actor who are now out of work because of virtue signalling idiots.
But you're just
who think that everything has to be rewritten to be inclusive,
as a cheap
when in
shot.
fact it's not inclusive at all. Only Welsh actors, said Michael Sheen, should play Welsh characters, and so on and so on and so on.
Conversations are nuanced.
But the moment we have dwarf roles, which are the most famous dwarf roles in Hollywood history, then the only people apparently who can't play them.
It was like watching a cloud pass over the sun, except the cloud was shaped like Piers Morgan's smug face. You could almost see the gears turning in Sunny's head as she tried to figure out how to respond. But let's be real, trying to out-sass Piers Morgan is like trying to out-orange Donald Trump. It's just not gonna happen. Alright folks, grab your popcorn and maybe a fire extinguisher cause Piers Morgan just turned up the heat on Sunny Hostin. This wasn't just a roast, it was a full-on British barbecue, and Sunny was the main course. Our boy Piers decided to unleash his inner bulldog on his show, and let me tell you, it was like watching a verbal WWE match. He started tearing into Sunny's woke comments like they were the last crumpet at tea time, but instead of jam and butter, he was spreading facts and logic all over the place. Now, you might think Sunny's arguments would hold up under pressure, but they were about as sturdy as a sandcastle in a tsunami. Piers was pulling out stats and examples faster than Trump can tweet fake news. He pointed out how Sunny's blanket statements about racism were more full of holes than Swiss cheese left out in the sun. The audience was eating it up like it was free pizza day at the office. They were cheering and hollering like Piers was dropping the hottest diss track of 2023. You could almost hear the oohs and ahs as he landed zinger after zinger. Poor Sunny's woke ideology was taking more hits than a piñata at a kid's birthday party. Piers was on a roll, calling out the hypocrisy of judging an entire race based on the color of their skin. He even threw in a jab about how that kind of thinking is exactly what real anti-racists are fighting against. Talk about a plot twist. But the real kicker came when Piers delivered his final blow. He said something like, "If we're all born racists, Sunny, then what hope is there for actual change? You're basically saying racism is as inevitable as death and taxes." Boom, mic drop moment right there. As the dust settled, you could almost see Sunny's woke castle crumbling like a Jenga tower in an earthquake. It was like watching the Titanic sink, but instead of an iceberg, it was hit by the SS Common Sense, captained by Admiral Piers Morgan. Well folks, it looks like our grumpy Brit just gave Sunny a lesson in how not to be woke 101. Piers Morgan, armed with nothing but his sharp tongue and a stiff upper lip, proved that sometimes it takes a cranky Englishman to pop the bubble of political correctness. I mean, who knew tea and crumpets could fuel such a verbal smackdown? But let's not get too excited here. In the world of TV drama, this is just round one. Ding ding. You can bet your last cup of Earl Grey that Sunny won't go down without a fight. She'll probably be back, armed with even more woke ammunition. Maybe next time she'll think twice before going full social justice warrior on national TV though. Or maybe not. After all, controversy keeps the ratings up, right? In the end, whether you're Team Piers or Team Sunny, one thing's for sure. This verbal boxing match is far from over, so grab your popcorn and get ready for the next round of Woke Wars, The British Empire Strikes Back.